Jay here. On tonight's edition of Beer on a Budget, we will be discussing great taste, less filling. Great taste, less filling. Alright, shut up you two. That's why we're going to review it to find out. Tonight's beer review is going to be on Miller Lite, continuing our series on American light lagers. If you missed our first series, which was Bud Light, I will have a link in the descriptions below. Anyway, Miller Lite, another light lager, American beer. Got a 12 pack for $9.75 or something, so well under our budget beer. As you can see tonight, I have not 2 but 3 cans. We will do our chugging experiment as we did with the Bud Light. But unfortunately, Miller Lite put a little thing on the top of their can. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. So you can poke a hole in the top of the can to make it easier to chug. Well, we're going to find out if that actually works. We've all seen my chugging ability. Maybe that'll actually help. So anyway, let's get on with the review. Miller Lite says it's triple hop brewed. I have no idea what that means. I could assume 3 hop additions, like most beers have, but I don't know that for certain. Well, even sloshing it in a glass, the head doesn't form real well. Not much of one. It doesn't appear to be nearly as carbonated as the Bud Light was. And the head's actually somewhat retaining on there. Not terrifically, but better than the Bud Light did. You can smell a little bit of malt and a tiny bit of hops. There's something else in there too. I'm going to guess it's the cidery flavor from the corn. So, see how bad it is. It's a little bit bitter and it's crisp. A little more cidery than the Bud Light. It has a different flavor. I think there may be a little bit more hops in the Miller Lite, but not much. It's still very weak. Kind of watered down, boring flavor. Yeah, definitely not a terrific brew by any means of the stretch the imagination. Here again, I'll provide a clone recipe. It'll be right over here, and I'll put it in the descriptions too. I'm not going to recommend you clone it because their water is going to make a huge difference in the flavor of this beer. There's so little other things for the flavors to play on that water is going to make a major difference. So anyway, let's find out if Miller Lite is chuggable. Cheers. You gotta be kidding me. You suck more than we do. You can't even chug a beer. Excuse me. There's a lot of carbonation in there. And just like the Bud Light, it tastes far worse pounding it than it does drinking it easy. It's rather bitter. Just bitter is the only word I have for it, with a really nasty aftertaste. That being said, I'm going to cut here for a few minutes before I try to do that one with a hole in the lid. I got to let my stomach settle down. These just aren't that good of beers. I forgot to mention, I ended up getting down about just as much of the Miller Lite as I did the Bud Light, probably about 8 to 10 ounces somewhere in there. Felt like about a quarter of a can left, give or take a little bit. But anyway, See if this helps me chug. There is a little thing on the top there, we already showed it to you, that you open up. I guess it's more like shotgunning a beer, that it's kind of designed for it. The only thing is there's no instructions. I don't know if you're supposed to punch it first and then open the can, or open the can and then punch it first. So I'm going to try punching it first, because that's what you'd do if you were shotgunning a beer. I wish you could see the mess. I think you should open it first. Anyway, cheers again. Sorry about that. It does make it chugging easier. Got the whole can down that time. So apparently Miller Lite is on to something. And with that little addition on your can, I would say so far Miller Lite is chuggable. And the nasty taste wasn't there nearly as much either. I'm actually a little surprised by that. So props for the little hole in the lid. Good idea anyway. Market it. That being said, have a good night. If you want another beer in this series of 3 or 4 or 5 beers for the final taste test, make sure you leave your comments in the comments section below. And have a wonderful night. Anyway, find out if the little hole in the top of the can helps. I'm guessing you open it first and then punch the hole. My car key right here. Maybe punch the hole first. Ah, there we go. Seems like a hard way to do things. That's my dog. She's an asshole. Because now I gotta redo this can. And I wasted a beer because of my asshole dog.